So another thing I saw last night, I don't know if you guys saw it, it happened late last night. The Brooklyn Bridge got hit by a ship.
I saw that.
I saw a
from
video,
the Mexican Navy. Now, here's the thing. Has any sentence ever started with Mexican Navy and not gone bad and not gone sideways? As soon as you hear Mexican Navy, uh-oh.
I mean, if one of their boats could cross a river in the
But what is the Mexican Navy even doing in the East River? How do they get, what are they doing there? Who brought them there? The Mexican Navy?
Yeah, truly. It also looked like the boat looked like it was from like Pirates of the Caribbean. It was like an old ship.
Well, yeah, I don't
think
know
they're
that
like
the
the most tech forward.
They do that modernization in the Mexican military. You don't know that they're updating their weapons and their vehicles that often. You know what I mean? I think that might be the same shit that Pancho Villa sailed in at some point. So I'm pretty sure they don't update that often. Their ships are like our planes at Newark Airport. Just doing bad. But I mean, has there ever been a story for something good with the Mexican Navy? Like, the Mexican Navy saved the day.
This is how I found out they had one.
Yeah, exactly. Who even knew they had one?
They couldn't even defend that body of water to keep its name Gulf of Mexico.
Exactly.
That's what the Mexican Navy should exist for, and they failed.
I thought Anthony Alamo, everything got retired with Mexico. The whole military folded. I didn't think they still had one. I mean, the Mexican Navy.
Oh, man.
I think the Pirates of the Caribbean would actually put up a better fight against somebody in a war than the Mexican Navy would. If China was invading, I think.
I think you're right.
Johnny Depp is versatile. I'd buy him as Mexican.
That's true. Johnny Depp would put up a good fight.
And then halfway through, his girlfriend was shit in the bed.
Yeah, right.
Throw him off,
I think that's a normal thing in the Mexican Navy. Though.
Hey, you know what? Shitting in the bed might be part of your peace treaty in the Mexican Navy. I'm almost positive.
That's part of the physical exam. Before
I think I did read that. I did. That was part of Montezuma's other revenge. Montezuma's other revenge.
Yeah, look at this thing.
It's the Brooklyn Bridge. But the bridge, that just tells you how great the Mexican ship is. The Brooklyn Bridge didn't have a scratch on it, nothing. They reopened it to traffic like 2 hours. 2 hours later, they reopened it to traffic. That's how much of a non-factor it was for the bridge. The ship's down, guys were hanging off the mast and nothing. The ship, the bridge, nothing. Didn't get a disturbance. No one even noticed.
Amazing. Yeah. They don't build it like they used to.
It wasn't an Asian ship.
Lucky it wasn't a ship. The whole thing would have been down. Good Lord. I heard that the Mexican Navy, that sounded like something out of a sitcom or some Mel Brooks movie. The Mexican Navy's coming in, that's just ridiculous.
I can't believe it was actually the Mexican.
The Mexican Navy crashed into a bridge. I mean, that's something out of it. You think comedian would get canceled for doing a joke like that. The Mexican Navy,
truly.
You're canceled.
Yeah.
I'll probably get canceled as I've said though, I can never get canceled because I've never been activated. So I can never get canceled. Nobody knows who I am. I can say anything. It wouldn't matter. Nobody has any idea who Ed McGonigal is. And this podcast is going to keep it that way. Nobody's going to know who Ed McGonigal is. It was my last breath. Nobody's going to know who Ed McGonigal is. I promise you. Which the shape I'm in, it could any minute could be my last breath. Actually, could be
positive outlook.
Yeah, well, yes. On the McGonigal podcast, that's the last place you're going to find a positive outcome. I might test positive for other things, but not that